I never enjoyed shooter games much. Well, to be precise, I never enjoyed arena shooter games. You could say shooter games were not my cup of tea, but then I saw it. An interesting trailer that hooked me immediately. The art style, the music captured me, and I kept a close eye on the game for a long time. The last time this happened was with No Man's Sky, and let's just say the game release was legendary for all the wrong reasons. Honestly, as more time passed, the better impression of the game I had. So I did something that I almost never do. I pre-ordered the game. One question remained though. Will this game change my perspective of shooter games? I'm a sucker for good music, and this type is especially nice to hear. I started the game and encountered my first problem when I tried to change my mouse sensitivity. Well, this happened. But it's a minor issue and quickly fixed, so let's continue. You're immediately put in the shoes of the greatest detective the world has ever known, in middle of his detective work, equipped with a pistol and a pair of manly hands. The beginning is a pretty standard tutorial level that teaches you the basics of how the game works. The gunplay is simple but fun. The real focus at this point in time were the animations and the voice acting. The level proceeds smoothly until...
What a crap.
Welcome to Mousenberg, a place that is ridden with crime and mystery, danger around every corner. We are thrown back a couple of days before and get introduced to our main character. And we are tasked to find our friend, the great magician, Steve. After committing multiple murders, we find the magician's assistant's apartment, and we came to a realization that she was an obsessed yandere. Also, she was cut in half. After a quick interrogation,
Somewhat detached.
I sure am. And I still have to find a new job.
it is revealed you need to find Joy, an artist that people often forget his name. We are then transported to a theater where Johnny is located. We find a mouse that can get us through the crowd, but he asked us for 30 bucks. As a greedy rat, I immediately refused and found an air duct quickly after. Making our way through the stage, we find Adam, the stage designer. He tells us about the plot to kill the fat mouse, Stilton, and it's our task to stop him. We make our way through the stage, sing some questionable sights, and learn the mythical arts of double jumping from a gypsy. But we are stopped by a fat woman. She attacked us by singing Justin Bieber songs. After defeating her, we diverted the cannon and saved the fat mouse. We probably killed a lot of mice, but that is their problem, not ours. We got our next lead from the fat mouse. Steve, the magician, had a secret underground lab. After traveling to Outback portable toilet, we descended into a secret laboratory with cult leaders and robots roaming inside. Here we found my favorite gun. The gun sprays acid that melts enemies in 1 or 2 shots. Consider the way that the bullets look, I named this gun but to keep up with YouTube standards, we shall call this gun henceforth the Goop gun. But one question remains unanswered. Why did our friend make this place? After exploring the area thoroughly, we came to an answer, and it's kinda expected, considering we found a Goop gun here. You see, he fell in love with a beautiful little mouse that one day disappeared, and this led him to choose the dark path by creating the first ever AI bot, and it's a moral obligation to stop his evil plans before the RAM prices skyrocket. And we did just that, but in the end there is no sign of our friend. But we did uncover a new clue that might lead us to the right path. We went back to our office, only to find the very man we saved from the opera. He started talking about the issues with the shrews.
There's another issue I wanted to talk to you about. See, the shoes.
Hell.
And as a racist Slav, I have to admit, I appreciated his racist ways, but only to be disappointed
It's not like that, Jack. I'm simply concerned for our little brothers.
Wanted to help them. I immediately, similar to a woman seeing a man's Pokemon collection, got drier faster than the Sahara Desert. But this was a good opportunity to kill some other mice. Legally, by the way. Our adventure then led us to discover that there were a couple of police officers that were involved in this whole ordeal. Scratch that, the entirety of the police department was involved. We tried to rectify the corrupted ways by granting them the opportunity to reincarnate into a better person, maybe even become a frog. We find out that they're transporting the shrews into the bay. The question remains, why though? Why are they transporting them to the bay? As a detective still in his prime, I hated to admit that this case had me stumped. I was lost. By that moment, a mysterious damsel appeared before me.
It was a day like any other. Until her. The woman. That woman. She waltzed into my office like she owned the place. Didn't have to say a word. I saw her voice the moment she walked through the door. Wrapped in makeup and a cloud of perfume reserved for the sleaziest Tinsel Brothers party. No, that voice. Not a contralto. The contralto. Thick. Rough. Like Gorgonzola picante slapped on a mozzarella platter.
Monsieur Jacques?
French. Thus, a character is ruined. All the interest I had for the character is gone. But maybe she could point me in the right direction. Thus, I entertained the idea of conversing with her.
I have a job for you.
She requested I investigate the death of her dear friend. I accepted, and I visited the studio she worked at. The only reason I accepted was, wherever I go, carnage seems to follow, so more places I unlock, the more carnage I will deal with. I believed that the big, lavish studios would be fancy and bring me with happy, ignorant people, but I was wrong. Thus the detective found the cursed sweatshop filled with artists, working to the bone for the dictatorial mouse. Setting them free caused a wave of enemies attacking me.
Just don't come back.
Transversing the stages, I found crucial evidence that maybe will help my other investigation. She was involved with one of the mayoral candidates. This made the situation more complicated. I could not meet the mayoral candidate just like that, so the only option left was to go through his companions. I met Miles at the Burn Theater. We had a small disagreement.
Watch your tongue, Pepper. When you're a public figure like
It became obvious that he hated the actress. No, more like despised her. And Bane started to work overtime. His looks, his manner of speaking.
Because she was always circling our parties like some fame-hungry hawk.
It became obvious that he was jealous of the woman, hoping to be in her place. But could he be connected to the shrew disappearances? Possibly. There were stories about a secret BDSM dungeon on the seaside. Considering his shady appearance, he was my main suspect so far.
So I'm giving you one last polite suggestion. Piss off.
To get to the bottom of this, I needed to investigate his background more clearly. I ventured into his mansion, only to be ambushed by cultists. I fought them, only to be stopped by angry gatekeeper.
Don't care. No visitors.
An old witch explained us a method that will scare any mouse to death. We needed to call the ancient power feared by all men, the anger of bitter old ex-wives.
What scares a deadbeat husband more than a hungry gator?
I don't know. Responsibilities?
Close. Ex-wives. The more the meaner.
We happened to find the rings, but it required some efforts as the last wife happened to be suffering from rabies as she attacked us without any reason. After beating her,
What Oh, that filthy codger.
We get to witness the three wives dragging their deadbeat ex to an early grave.
I wasn't. I love you all. No, of course, Felicia, you're my favorite. No, but...
At least it worked.
We then discover a dark truth. He was actually hiding his shrewd daughter. Such a secret would have ruined his reputation. Then I received a call.
Picking up phones in weird places wasn't really my game, but this one was asking for it. Hello?
We've been trying to contact you regarding your car's extended warranty.
What?
This is the operator. There's been a murder at the secret show. Miles Curd is dead. I repeat, Miles Curd is dead.
Someone was behind the whole ordeal. The main suspect was dead, and the only lead left was a dock I had to visit. And this is where I discovered the case was much darker than I could even imagine. The blue cheese sniffers were transporting them by the hundreds. Thousands probably. Thousands of shoes missing, right under my nose. The guilt I felt was massive, but I could not give up. I had a new lead, Z Professor and the captain of the police force, Sims. I was closer to my goal. Looking at the board, alcohol was pouring down my glass, yet I was not near the conclusion. I needed to relieve my stress, so I went to a circus and started shooting down clowns to help calm down my anger. But I found something unexpected. Blue cheese. The same blue cheese that I found at the docks. Could they be connected? Or was it just a coincidence? Digging a bit more was needed, but before I could get my questions answered...
One more time and...
Well, Detective Jack Tesla. I was told you might interfere.
I had to fight the mysterious hitman. The fight was hard and long, but I was victorious in the end, and the shrews were now free.
Alright boys, you're free to go.
And girls? I'm a girl.
My apologies. And the girls.
You deserve a prize.
A prize?
Yep, a real one. Show him, Tommy.
Righty-o, Miss Jackie.
Ta-da! A ticket!
A ticket. Great.
Well, can't save them all, I guess. Now, there were 3 places I could go. First stop was Western Backlot. I found a new lead, courtesy to the hitman. He had an accountant that has a Western fetish, so there was only one place to visit. Western Backlot. And found him I did, in an old Western bank. But as soon as he saw me, he ran for it. I was too old for this, but when duty calls, I had to answer. So I gave chase, only for a piano to fall and flatten the bookkeeper.
Oof. Guess that's one way to face the music.
But this journey was worth it, because I found the first piece that the evidence of the actress was no mere coincidence, but a planned hit as per SEEP records. The next stop was a secret party on a luxury vessel. The place reeked of privileged mouse covered in perfume so thick you could cut the odor with a knife. The title of the luxury vessel was very loose. When I arrived, parts of the ship were falling apart, and some areas were ruined completely. My objective here was to find Captain Sims, one of the people I admired. At least, I used to. But after I found out about his shady business with the kidnapping of the shrews, I felt melancholic. During my investigation, I found one of the few mouses that could be only described as...
Now, me? I'm a proud Sigma, see? It's beneath me to go around looking for her. But you, just find her, snap a pic of whoever she's mousing around with, and we're golden. Got it?
Yeah.
We helped him uncover the sad truth that his wife was cheating. The truth was revealed to him, and I could see the pain in his eyes.
Filthy tramp!
So I quickly left. I can't deal with that shit. I searched the whole ship, then finally I found what I was looking for. Captain Sims, shaking hands with some big shots. I took a quick photo, but was discovered, and this led to this confrontation right here.
You were the chosen one. You were supposed to be one of the good guys.
I'm as good as this city deserves. You're dead!
The plane. Yeah, this is gonna be awkward. That's for the shrews, ass-face. And now for my daring escape. Why is it that wherever I go, something ends up on fire? Need a hand?
Nah, man. I'm done for. Just leave me be. Forget about me. Get to the wheelhouse. There's an emergency inflatable plane there.
Never meet your heroes, they say. And sometimes they are dead right. Sims, a shining star of the Force, turned out to be the mastermind behind the crooked cops and the shrew kidnappings. He didn't just bite off more than he could chew. He crossed a mouse that once believed in him. At least the shrews are safe now. As for my problems, well, nothing a glass or two of John's best fondue can't smooth over.
And so, it was over. The shrews were free, and Sims and his goons were gone. This was one of my greatest cases, so I opened a bottle of the most expensive cheese fondue I can find. But deep down, I knew it was not over. Not by a long shot. The shrews were free momentarily, but something else would pop up, and the little guys would be targets again. And there was something else. Something bothered me deep down. The death of Miles still remained a mystery. Who did it and why? Then it hit me. The only person who knew where he was, the only person who had a motive for this, and lastly, the only person who linked me to him. It was right in front of me, and I was blinded. Vivian.
A real shame. Thing is, something hasn't been adding up lately. Ever since I paid a visit to Kurd's mansion, to be precise. Me a minute to piece it together, but see, Kurd met his end right after I spilled the beans to you, Vivian.
Oh, perhaps we can come to some kind of, agreement?
Sure. You in cuffs behind bars for killing Miles Kurd. Grade A scumbag he might have been. He didn't kill Betty.
Tisk tisk. You're no fun, Jack. But, well, I got places to be, sunny countries to escape to. Ta-ta.
Wait, what?
She disappeared, but I knew her. I knew where to find her. The stage was set, the confrontation with Vivian was unavoidable, and she needed to face justice. When I entered the studio, my eyes were assaulted with colors never seen before. A space almost alien in this black and white world. We had to fight against some goons and until we finally caught to Vivian, just for her to give us the slip once again.
Slipped right out, that minx. And now...
But she did leave a note. PMP was the one responsible for her friend's death. I went back to the drawing board. There was still the Z professor and the case of my missing friend, and only one lead was remaining. The insane asylum. The insane asylum was one of the places you would never want to be in. It was supposed to be abandoned, but this was an arena shooting game, so there were enemies around every corner. Passing through the asylum, I found a portal that transported me to hell. I got a strange sense of deja vu, like I experienced this before. Traversing hell, we finally found our friend Steve.
Hey, Jack.
He explained that he wanted to obtain otherworldly power and even involved the cultists and the Z professor, but their pursuit into the otherworldly required ink, the lifeblood of this black and white world. And the shrews had a perfect aspect ratio of ink, so the cultists and professor were kidnapping them. The case was becoming clearer and clearer. I knew that I had to stop them if I wanted to save the shrews from further pain. There was something else I haven't taken care of, a man known as the Sea Professor, and I knew where to find him. He was still cruising in his old submarine, but not for long. I sneaked inside his submarine and finally met the man himself, only to hear a distinct German accent.
Look what has popped into my underwater fortress.
Of course he was German. It was always the Germans doing no good stuff to the little guys. Well, nothing a few bullets can solve. Well, more than a few. After taking him down, it was time for some well-earned rest. I had all the clues, and the only thing remaining was bringing them to the light. But I can wait until tomorrow. Now I had to get some rest.
Armed with half-full glasses of John's finest fondue, a pillow, and some overdue shut-eye. I was out cold, feverish. The cases, smoke and mirrors mostly, just... some of it burned too hot and way too vivid. Was it all just a dream? A cheese party aftermath, or... I woke up just when the smoke got real, and sure enough, there was fire. The real kind. The kind that consumes everything.
Jack! Open up, Jack!
John, what the hell's going on?
Hell's going on, that's what. Come on, we gotta scram. Whole damn block's going up.
Who's behind it?
Mobsters, coppers, party thugs, the whole damn circus.
Damn, they're after the evidence.
On that, what's his name? The brown noser, Sawyer?
Yeah, I stashed it in your bar.
You stashed... You did what? No wonder these morons are tearing up my joint.
No time to argue, we gotta find it before they do. Now get on my back and let's go.
What?
I mean what? You're not pocket-sized, pal, so get on.
Oh, I swear, if this gets out...
And there we went. Only to arrive too late. I lost everything. My evidence, my office, the secret stash of cheese I kept for a rainy day. I was lost for words and was stumped for the first time in a long time. But the kids were safe. Then I heard the voice of my friend beyond the pale.
Hey, Jack,
He said.
since you're in deep and I'm the magician, let me be your deus ex machina for real.
Steve. That son of a bitch. Always had one more race up his sleeve.
He pointed me to his old mansion. Apparently, he hid his secret tape recordings of the mayoral candidate, and that is where I went. Collecting it, I was finally at the last stretch. My journey almost completed. I went to meet my lovely news reporter. We needed to uncover just what exactly was on the tape, and she, as always, sent me on a quest to find her boss. Only problem is that I discovered that her boss was very buddy-buddy with the political party I had to take down. So I improvised. I played the tape when they least suspected at the event.
So I tell him, get rid of the shrews. Don't care how. I want a clean red line of free housing. I drop Stelton and grab that frickin' magician's fortune. I don't care how. Dump upon the loonies on it if you have to. Just do something. Oh, deal with the magician's inheritance while you're at it.
Wow. Quite the dump to unload. All in one breath.
Hey, why waste words, right? Not like anyone's recording. Even those old world eggheads don't have that kind of tact.
And that caused the mayoral candidate to flee with his tail between his legs. But I gave chase.
Come on! Come on! You there, freeze! Ah, great, he's going up.
And you ain't going anywhere. 'Cause guess what? We've got someone real special in here. Someone real close to your cold ticker.
What?
Think, Gumshoe. Who do you care about most?
You're the closest thing I got to a dad.
There it blooms. Understanding. Last warning, Pepper. One more step and off goes the head.
I swear, I will rain fire and habanero jack on you, you flat-elbowed buzzard.
That was the last straw.
In that order.
I feel like I have been here before.
It was.
This is where you fall down.
And this is where we are right now, my friends. Back to the start. Or rather, to the end. So this is how the tale is supposed to end. The bad guy got away. The dashing hero passed away. And in the end, nothing was solved. But good thing this is a video game. And one that has soul. So let's hit play.
Tammy, ain't you a sight for sore eyes?
Don't go counting your mice just yet! That's coming! Get him off my tail!
With pleasure.
Okay, Jack. This is where you get off.
Thanks, Tammy. I gotta move. Sawyer's caught Tammy and I need to...
What do you want about it?
Well, he's kidnapped you, Tammy, and... Oh.
Yeah, he's got John, genius. We haven't heard from him since last night.
Someone close to my heart. Those absolute...
Jump! Go after them!
All right, I'm going. Yeesh.
And I'm back. Back at the end for my last fight. I knew it. But more importantly, he knew it as well. Therefore, no words were needed. Only action.
Welcome to the trap, Mouse!
All right, Sawyer, this is it. The end of the line.
And I'd have gotten away with it, too. If it weren't for you, you meddling mouse.
Nuh-uh. Not without Curd feeding you orders. A puppet's just dead wood without a pulling hand.
How dare you? Without me?
BMP will find someone else. Maybe not as camera-friendly, sure, but just as easy to steer. 'Cause let's face it, Sawyer, you couldn't scheme your way out of a running wheel. You're just not that smart.
You! Why won't you just die already?
Too damn stubborn. And you're out of time.
Damn it!
I like this way too much. expensive.
Enough of all this, you damn mouse! Your little stunt change is nothing, you hear? Nothing will break BMP!
All right, this is it. End of the line.
Oh, just shut your damn mouth! You're a dead mouse! Dead! It'll be okay. My body will be okay. Right? Right?
Saw you later, pal. Ugh, that was just crap. Not gonna use it. Burn that one. Don't use that one.
And that, my friends, is the game. So what did I think about it? I enjoyed it quite a bit. Quite a lot, actually. I love the characters, the wacky atmosphere, and the gunplay was fun as well. A bit redundant, seeing as some guns were better than the others. But I digress. Honestly, this was one of the best shooters I played. And normally, me no like shooters. I would recommend playing this game if this is the type of genre you like. And honestly, it was a blast. Thank you for the studio that made it, and I hope they make another one. Well, that's all, folks.